January kicked off on New Year's Day with the midget on show at Stony Stratford. Again, I spent some time at Bicester Heritage, first off helping on a shoot for one feature, while also working with Ian Skelton, my photographer, to get some shots of the MX-5 I had on test. Okay, it's January. It's currently January 14th. It's about 3 to 4 degrees, and as you can tell, I'm in an open top car. I'm in the Mazda MX-5 from Mazda's Heritage fleet. It's lovely. But we've got the roof down. We're going to do some tracking photography for a feature, so I'm going to get very cold. I've got the heater on. To what end, I don't know. But yeah, we're at Bicester Heritage. You might be able to tell by the buildings behind. So here we go. There's Ian in the boot of his Skoda, ready to get the tracking shots. Okay, we're back up at the little garage where we keep the MG and going to move it around to the big workshop because I might finally get round to putting the steering wheel on it this weekend. Back in October, got a very nice Motolita wooden rim steering wheel for the car and just simply haven't had a chance to actually fit it up. So, going to pull the sheets off the engine bay. Grandad popped some sheets over it because it was pretty cold past couple of nights. Didn't want the block freezing over. So, sheets off. Hopefully it will turn over and start. Second time of asking, and we'll move it over to the workshop and get cracking on the steering wheel this afternoon, I think. Okay, you join us after an outfit change. Up at the workshop, it is 7 o'clock in the evening, it's dark outside, but well, I say we, it's just me at the moment. The first thing we're tackling is hopefully going to be the steering wheel. We've got the beautiful new Motolita item here, nice shiny wood, lovely chrome bit of metal in the middle. Takes a different boss. We've got the boss that it takes, that's not a problem, takes the 9-bolt boss. The 7-bolt or 6-bolt one is still attached to the car. The problem is it's attached by a 1-inch nut. We do not have a 1-inch socket. We have a 1-inch spanner, but it sort of takes 3 arms to wrangle that securely onto the nut to then sort of break it loose. Dad says he has also a puller somewhere that we can use to actually gently pull the steering wheel off the yoke. Otherwise you don't want to just keep tugging at it because there is a sort of soft link down the column and you don't want to accidentally collapse that. So plans are afoot. Hopefully we'll tackle at least getting it off this evening. I've got a 1-inch socket on order which might arrive tomorrow that I'll then be able to use to bolt the wheel back on securely. The other problem we have at the moment is horrendous driveline sort of shunt when you're slipping the clutch in first gear or getting into reverse, and I think the thrust washers are on the way out. And there is an easy way to check that because you can just, as you might be able to see, got the front end of the car up in the air on the ramps, and if you sort of tug on the crankshaft pulley, it does clonk forwards a little bit and then clonks backwards. So, not good. That could be something else to do. I think you can get away with doing that with the engine in the car. You drop the oil pan off the bottom, rear bearing journal comes off, and then you simply sort of slide in the new pieces, journal back on, pan back on, fill with oil. It's also chewed through a gallon of oil since I filled it up in August. So concerns there for how much oil it's getting through, but that could be something to deal with at a later point in time if I ever pull the pistons out and fit new rings. Yeah, something to deal with later. First I want to sort out this driveline shunt and get the wheel on.